Well, this is it. I'm finally getting the chance to drive the new 2025 Cadillac CT5 V. We are alongside Atlanta Motorsports Park, basically outside pit lane, and it's looking really good out here. I gotta say that later on I'll be getting on track with like the new Blackwing with the precision package meant to evolve the track performance even more, so stay tuned for that coverage. Today I want to give you a tour of what's new for 2025 and the CT5 V. This has your 3-liter twin turbocharged V6 making 405 pound-feet of torque and 360 horsepower. I'm excited because this vehicle has a brand new 33-inch LED display inside with a glowing Cadillac crest right here facing people outside. Anyways, let me give you a walk around, show you what's new, and then let's get behind the wheel and see what it's like to drive. All right, this is the view I wanted to show you because behind me, check that out. We've got like full condos alongside the track. This is similar to what we've seen even nearby where I'm located in Southern California. I'm next to like Palm Springs where there's the Thermal Club, and these are like exclusive tracks where you can actually purchase property and have a car staged out here so you can go on track when you want. It's really cool. Definitely stuff to look towards into getting into in the future if you can make it really big to do that. Anyway, so back to the Cadillac CT5 V. They've done a lot of changes for the design up front. As you can tell, they have more of a wider, lower, and just more aggressive stance with the redesigned front fascia. It helps to complement, I think, like the fastback aggression you get with the CT5V. We've got a Blackwing revving right there. That sounds good. Stay tuned again for my Blackwing track test. It'll be out alongside this video, so I'll have it linked on the top of the screen right now. Moving forward all the way down, you can tell how they've given you the blacked out version of the front grille. This is cool with all the black moldings. Again, it helps to distinguish the V series, and talking to the team out here, they're just very, I would say, enthusiastic about what it means to create a V series car. This is a nameplate that's been around for about 21 years, right? And with talking to engineers out here, the chief engineers also, they have their lead racing driver like Jordan Taylor out here. It's cool hearing from them because they talk a lot about how these cars, they need to earn the badge. There's a long-lasting legacy with V-Series, not only for road-going vehicles, but also in racing, and they've performed very well with racing. What's cool is that when I get to drive a lot of these V-Series cars on the streets, people walk up to me. There's a proper following behind these cars. So I routinely am talking to people with wearing V-Series shirts or hats. I like it. I like the entire community that they've built, and they highlighted that today with their presentation for us journalists out here. Also, with the front end, they have changed out the headlights. You have new vertical stacked Cadillac headlights, similar to what we have seen in the past with like the Lyriq and the EVs. I think a lot of these choreographed, like front signature stacked Cadillac headlights first started out with the EVs, and when I say choreographed, when you walk away or walk up to the car, it'll actually give you different effects. I do have a few more comments I want to share regarding some of the performance upgrades you get with the CT5V. Unlike the Blackwing, you're just getting the performance Brembos up front. Another Blackwing just started up. The Blackwing will give you the Brembo brakes up front and out back. Sounds good. Let's listen to it. One thing that this has over the Blackwing though, in front of me, is that you can get this with all-wheel drive. So depending on what you want to do and how often you drive your car, if you're in some regions that are, let's say, hit with winter pretty badly, an all-wheel drive Blackwing, it's not possible. All-wheel drive CT5V, you can do that. All right, here we go, getting inside the CT5V. This display is just to die for, I think. So turning it on, let's see what happens. Sounds pretty good, right? You do have the HD rear view camera, which will show you a shot of that currently. Wow. So I'll talk more about this when driving because I think it'll blend even better. But altogether, you do have the same controls down below as the standard outgoing CT5Vs, the same gear shift knob, the carbon fiber trim everywhere. It's just important to note with this display, it's been revamped to a very far degree. They have way more processing power, so it's much quicker. The refresh rate is insanely fast, and it's fully touchscreen. You do have the massage control and the Super Cruise. The Super Cruise is available standard. I'm a big fan of it because when you're driving, you can have hands-free assist, so you can put your hands off the wheel and let it drive you if you want to do that. Obviously, stay focused, know what you're doing. The V's have the paint-matched keys, which I do like that. And moving elsewhere, you have your wireless phone charger with a full sunroof that's actually not full, huh? It's split right here in the middle. This is riding off the Alpha platform. It's a very good platform. It's a very, I would say, track-ready platform. It just handles very well. The Camaro also shares the Alpha platform. And coming to the sides, we do have AKG audio finished all around. For $50-something thousand, so far it's looking pretty good. So let's go for a drive. Real quickly before we continue this video, if you own a Cadillac V Series or another car that's special to you, well, we can now help you protect it. The latest branch of the Speed Phenom channel has been created. Speed Phenom Film is your go-to paint protection film, tinting, and ceramic coating studio here in Southern California. This whole PPF studio was started to serve all of our followers here on the channel and get them ready to drive their car on the street or on the racetrack. So reach out. You'll find our information in the description down below. If you need your car protected before you hit the streets, please send us an email or give us a call. You won't find better prices around because this company was started to serve all of you, our supporters for the Speed Phenom YouTube channel. Okay, here we go, guys. First drive in the new Cadillac CT5 V for 2025. We're greeted by this massive 33-inch display that looks incredible, and Garrett next to me from American Muscle HT was playing around with it because the refresh rate is just insane. But anyways, let's get on the road and just see how it comes together. We're gonna leave AMP, which is Atlanta Motorsports Park, and explore some of the neighboring regions around here in Georgia. I'm excited. I enjoyed driving the previous model year CT5 Vs. They've been comfortable, fun performance cars while not giving you too much of the edginess. That's why you would jump to the Blackwing, obviously. But you can definitely tell you have all the V-Series inspiration in here, and you've got that 3-liter twin turbocharged V6 giving us 360 horsepower and 405 pound-feet of torque. Sounds pretty good for being the 3-liter, but I think depending on what you want to do, like for the track, obviously, we're leaving there right now, and that Blackwing with the precision package should be pretty incredible. But I think the biggest upgrade and why people will be jumping into this new car has to be just from looking at this new display, because in this era, you know, we're going into 2025, technology is everything. Just look at some of the EV cars out there, actually all the EV cars. The amount of emphasis they put on the displays, the user interfaces, it's so high. And when I get inside this and I'm seeing the Google built-in interface, it just completely fills out the screens. You don't have massive bezels in front of you. And when I look to the right, actually behind the steering wheel, I don't see this black gap right there. So it really is coming together very nicely. We did ask the team if they have Apple CarPlay, and unfortunately they do not, but they are swearing by the entire Google integrated setup we have here. I'm not too interested in watching the GPS right now. I want to explore these gauges and displays, so that's pretty cool. I love the red accents inside here. And being the V, we've got the V mode button right here on the steering wheel, which should increase the performance. Okay, there we go. We have all the track race settings set for the steering, the suspension, the engine sound. You gotta leave the loud engine sound on all the time. The faster engine shifts. The PTM for the performance traction management system is set relatively low. So I think for the track, obviously, if you have the Cup 2Rs on the Black Series version, you want to max that out, and that'll give you really good slip angle for each corner on the exit, allowing you to get on power very early. I like this new display for the RPM. It's interesting. Let me go ahead and drop it down a gear just to see how it looks with climbing up the RPM. So let's do that right now. Downshifting. Maybe roll down the window a little bit. So second gear. You hear that pop, Garrett?
I wasn't expecting that out of this engine at all. That was impressive. It's really deep.
It's got a lot of bass.
Yeah, it's got, and I'm interested to see it. I'm interested to know if that's all authentic or if there's any artificial additive to that.
I was.
Cars have that.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
I was thinking the same thing,
But
Garrett.
it sounds good regardless. It sounds on brand for the car, if that makes sense.
It does. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's got that drama. They're trying to kind of infuse into it. V, you got to make more of the drama.
Right.
The theater inside the car. With the windows up, you'll probably even hear that noise more. I'm not sure if it's piped in or not. Oh, that was cool. That was that was a loud pop. I enjoyed that. I mean, it's fun, dude. It's fun, and you have the heads-up display as well. I mean, for the daily driver, it's got a lot of punch for it. And obviously, this is significantly cheaper than the V8 one. So, for the price, I believe this is around mid-50s. I'm just a geeky guy. I love tech, and seeing all these readouts for your temperatures, your tire pressures, it's cool. The revamp is very next generation for sure. It's even telling us that the tires are in the optimum temperature, which is like a center dot. I think with all this stuff, it's definitely going to take some time to get used to with all the new displays and settings. I think I can cycle through them somehow, but it's very early on with learning this car. If I hit this clock icon, what does that do? Oh, launch control. So that's very convenient. Just tap the left side of the screen. I mean, being able to physically just touch a screen like this, that's so big, that's the future. And I think this team has done a great job with implementing all this technology. So many other cars, I think I'll get in after this and think, oh my gosh, that feels dated. Just coming out here, leaving the track, exploring some of these roads, the entire experience, I mean, we're still in V mode right now, and the suspension stiffness is still very compliant, very smooth. The MagneRide dampers, they've come a long way over the years, and you can get these vehicles with like the MagRide 4.0 version of them. And even if you have super stiff settings for track mode on these streets, the way it just adapts, to every road imperfection, I think it's 100 times a millisecond, something crazy. I'll put it over the screen right now. It's extremely fast, and I think they've really come a far way with it. If I go back to normal comfort mode, if I just hit the V button, it'll go back to your standard setting. Oh, by the way, the V mode, it's actually your saved driver's mode setting, so you can customize that to do whatever you really like. If you want to have loud exhaust settings with open valves and very compliant suspension settings with a very loose steering input, you can save that. Depending on even if you go to the track, you can customize your favorite driver mode with the PTM for the performance traction management settings. I like that, and I did that a lot with the Z06 I had, because that vehicle has PTM settings as well. Look at that. So gas is about $3 less a gallon out here than where I live. So that is a great perk, and I think it really will encourage you to go through the gears more and more often. Yeah, there's a lot of noise inside this cockpit. Those pops are definitely getting fun. You can kind of feel a little bit of a buck when I upshift. And you can feel a little bit of the turbos where it spools up. If it downshift again, let's try to see if we can feel that buck. Oh, this is a great road, so let's go. That is the 2025 Cadillac CT5 V. My take on it is, honestly, for people who aren't too focused on chasing lap times, right? And there's not too many people out there really at the track every weekend. I think you're still getting all of that fun to drive notable upgrades that you're really looking for when driving a daily driver. It's not too much where it's edgy and you're second guessing it, should I drive today because the weather's bad? This is the type of performance car that gives you all the comfort and luxury components you want out of a Cadillac, yet you can drive it really every single day and still be closer to that standardized street car vibe. When you get towards, obviously, the Blackwing CT5 V, you have a 668 horsepower V8 that's going through gasoline faster, and depending on the conditions you're driving it on, it could be more sketchy, right? It's not a lot of horsepower. You gotta know what you're doing. I would say this: if you are truly committed to getting the performance and getting something absolutely nuts with the V8, you got to pay the big jump in price for the Blackwing. Having a CT5V, still respect, and I think it's a lot of fun on the street because the way all the technology comes together, this is a very technology-driven car. That's what makes it unique in my opinion. The tech, the massage control, yet having a boosty motor with the twin turbos. Not the ultimate, but engaging. A good value for the price. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit the like button. It really helps me out. And subscribe for much more great content coming out your way. While you do that, hit the notification bell so up to date with all the new videos coming out. I'll see you in the next one.